Ah, there we go. Finally, the streamer showed up. Okay, I was a bit worried. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 4th round of Season 13 here in Division 2. We are at the Baku circuit for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 19 cars on today's grid. And potentially 20. We do still have Lucas looking to join mid-session. Hopefully he ends up making it. Is he already online? Nope. Right, well, oh, Falk has immediately missed the second corner of the track here after he came out the pits. I've got a few cars starting the lap, the first one being Pinky in the AlphaTauri, just going through turn 1 here. So we're expecting times, I would say in terms of pole, in the 140s. The target time set for this race was a 41.500. Right, Lucas is telling me to try again, let's see. Nope, still nothing. At least not where he would be in the alphabetical order. Still nothing. I'll try and search him up on... Ah, there we go. He's showing up in my PlayStation friend list, but not the in-game friend list. Oh, I've just heard someone violently crash. I'm not sure who that was. It wasn't Pinky, but well, we'll stay on board with Pinky. Don't see any yellow flags, so it can't have been that bad. It sounded a lot worse than it actually seems to have been. There we go, Lucas is in, and that means we're now up to 20 drivers for this race. I should be joined by Phantom later as well, so we'll have 2 commentators for tonight's race as well. Unfortunately, Nemesis has left me all alone. And I'm very, very sad. 17.5 in the middle sector from Pinky. So this will be the first competitive lap time in the session. I think there's a few cars under him, but I think they are on out laps. That would be Kevin and Fogg probably up ahead of him. So, over the line, Pinky in the AlphaTauri. What is the time going to be? It's at 1:41.718, the first time in this session. And following him is an Alfa Romeo of Damien, who is coming up to the line here, and he puts in a 43.1, so about 1.4 seconds off the AlphaTauri driver. And then we have Pochol on mediums with a 42.7 in the Alpine. 41.6 from Edwin, new first lap E-Work into third with a 42.0. And then we have Marco into third with a 41.8, beating Edwin by about 1.5 tenths. And now Desi coming up to the line here. And over the line is a 42.110 into 5th position. Right, sorry about that. Just had to help Lucas out in getting into the lobby, or getting into a car. Kevin coming to the line here, currently fast lap his teammate Gabriel in pole position, 41.3, and Kevin a 42.1 into 9th. So currently Ferrari into 1st and 9th. And there we go, Lucas is now on the grid. And we are officially up to 20 drivers, a full grid. Yeah, full grid for this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That should be very, very fun. I can certainly say it wasn't a very fun race for the drivers in Division 1. At least for me, I definitely did not enjoy that race. But I think as a commentator, it's a very fun track to watch. So many things can happen. You're never safe on this track. You are always just one tiny mistake away from your race being all over. Kutscher currently in 14th with a 49.5. So he's now obviously trying to improve here. He is well off the pace. I'm assuming there was some kind of major mistake on that lap. He had spin, missed a corner, whatever. But yeah, up to the line. He is certainly not going to be stuck on that 49.5 for any longer. But how much can he actually improve by? Over the line, 41.604 into third place for Kutscher. See a McLaren coming line up and be Owise, but he is honestly back in the pit lane, I think. Behind him, a Williams. Could that be Sean Moore? That's a Mercedes, never mind. That could be Sully. Back in the pits as well. Then an Alfa Romeo of Darky, who is just starting a lap here. Just go through with Thog. Back in the pits. Kevin, back in the pits. Owise, I think to start a lap. And then we have Kutscher, probably back in the pits, Sean back to the pits, and Guy back to the pits. Okay, so we've got Kutscher, Owise, and Thog, and Darky on laps, I think, if I remember correctly. So those are the drivers we're looking out for at the moment. No, wait, Kutscher's back in the pits. I am so confused. What am I doing here? We go to Owise. He was on a lap for sure. Currently in 12th. A 42.968, his previous best lap time. So he's looking to improve on this. Get himself into the top 10 maybe. Oh, it's a very large gap to the top 10 actually. Only 2 positions, but 8 tenths in terms of lap time between him and Kevin. So the top 10 only separated by about 8 tenths, and then full second to the 2 cars behind. Of course, Pocho, worth mentioning, his best lap time being on the medium so far. So let's see, what's Owise's time in Sector 2? Is he up? He's up by about 8 tenths, so this could actually be enough to get into the top 10 if he just nails the final sector here as well, but obviously isn't. There's only one real corner in this final sector, then there's these 2 flat out little S's, you could call them, left, right. And then just run down to the line. He's gonna run out of ES here, but he's gonna go below 10%, so he's gonna lose a bit of that engine power that he gets delivered from the electric part of the engine. And still, a 41.912 into 8th position. And then Darky over the line behind him goes into 12th, a 42.229. We've also got Marcelio, who, well, he was on a lap, but at the moment he's stopped in a barrier. Has to wait for all the cars to go past. He spun at the exit of turn 3, but the car's going again. So yeah, he was just waiting for people to go past, making sure he wasn't reversing onto the racing line and taking anyone out. Pinky starting his second run of the session, currently in 5th, a 41.7, so one to look out for. He could be up there. Come the end of this qualifying session, he's about 4 tenths off Grabby at the minute. We're still only halfway through qualifying. I think Owise is going again. So he's just doing lap after lap right now, just getting used to the circuit. Of course, a very, very difficult track to get right. We've got Pinky down by 61,000 in the first sector. It's not ideal, the start of the lap for him, but nothing lost yet. He's certainly still within range of his PB. So we'll see if he can gain that time back in the second and final sector. That wasn't a great turn 7 there at all. You can cut that curb a lot, and Pinky went more around it than over it. Got a lot of traffic coming up ahead as well. That could be a bit of an issue here. Williams on the left-hand side letting him through nicely. But there's a Haas and an Alfa Romeo coming up next, a Red Bull as well. Are they gonna be as charitable? Haas stopping on the left-hand side after turn 15. A very tricky corner as we've seen in the real-life Baku qualifying. Quite often we've seen crashes at that corner. Pinky up by about a 10th. And now, coming up to the line. That 10th could put him into the top 3 maybe, ahead of his teammate. And ahead of Edwin as well. He's picking a bit of slipstream here from the Alfa Romeo. And now Diaz open, up to the line. How much time is Pinky going to be able to gain here? It's a 1:41.670, about half a tenth gained, and he stays in 5th position, but he's very close to Edwin there. Almost nothing separating the two. Edwin is right behind Sully, and they're both on hot laps. That is not ideal. I mean, it could, I mean, it could help Edwin in terms of getting a slipstream. He's 9,000 down, while Sully is 5 tenths up in the first sector alone. So Sully is on an absolutely amazing lap so far. Edwin, I'm not sure if this could be intentional, picking up a slipstream from Sully on those long straights. Normally you would never want to be this close to someone when starting a lap, but of course Edwin... Sean Moon has crashed! Sean Moon has crashed on the exit of turn 2. Desi has gone off track as well here. And where is Sean's car? Well, we're not going to see that. He's going to wait for the other to go past, so we're going to... Yeah, we're not going to see that car, unfortunately. So yeah, Edwin... Edwin's trust in Sully that he would be fast enough to keep him far enough away of it so that Edwin doesn't get blocked in any way. Worked out. Porsche jumped into 3rd place there, and Ewek has now crashed out as well. Both Williams cars out of qualifying. Ewek now stuck on a 42.0, Sean on a 42.5, I think... 41.5, sorry. I think Edwin is a bit too far away from Sully here for slipstream. So Sully, over the line. What's it gonna be for him? It's a 141.051 first position, and Edwin 41.463 third position. So both those guys with very, very solid laps, especially Sully. 3 tenths the gap to Gabi right now, but what is Gabi doing at the minute? Gabi is coming up to sector 1 here, a bit of a slide on the exit of, that's turn 4, and now 57 thousandths down in the first sector, so he needs to gain a lot of time in the middle and final sector if he wants to get back ahead of Sully, at least on this lap. Of course, there's still probably one more lap to go for everyone. We've got 5 minutes left in the session. Thog has missed turn 1 here and rejoined the track straight after. Lucas, his best lap so far, a 43.8. So he needs to gain a significant amount of time if he wants to get off, well, not last, but 16th. There's still a few other cars who haven't put in any lap so far. Bazooka is about to change that. He is coming up the final corner here and onto the... Is it the longest straight in the Formula 1 calendar? I'm quite sure it is. At least it must be the longest flat out section, because I'm guessing it doesn't count as a straight until you go past the little kink at the end, and that means it might be a bit shorter than in Mexico maybe, or China even. But for sure it's the longest flat out section on the Formula 1 calendar. I'll be confident enough to say that without having done any research. Gabi up by 6 tenths and over the line a 40.685. Wow. Gabi with an absolutely amazing lap there. And Sully, he needs to find an answer. Edwin, meanwhile, is parked at turn 15. I talked about this corner earlier. He's got no fuel in the car. And an Alpine goes past him. That's Marco, who's on a hot lap. So not ideal for Marco at all that Edwin was parked up right there. Marco down by 1.6 seconds now. Not sure if that was due to Edwin or if the lap was already terrible anyway. Lucas is run out of fuel as well here. Marcelio just going through the middle sector. Bit of a tap on the barriers. That will have cost him a good chunk of time there. Is anyone on a competitive lap time? Kevin, currently going through sector 1. I think it's Kevin and Marcelio, the ones who are currently pushing. Oh, Marcelio! Almost going to the barrier at the castle section. Okay, he's got absolutely no front wing, so we're gonna focus on Kevin. I don't think this will be a competitive lap time for Marcelio in any way. He hasn't done a lap in, put a lap in so far. He might get one more chance if he makes it back to the pit lane. 3 minutes to go. That could be his final chance in this quali session. So, Kevin, what was the sector 1 time? I missed it, unfortunately. And I can't see it anymore. Marcelio's crashed out. On his way back to the pit lane. Since Marcelio's qualifying done, and he'll be starting from last position. 20th on the grid. Very unfortunate, but I mean, at the least there will be no one behind him at the start who could drive into him or whatever, something like that. So he has some advantage in avoiding the lap 1 chaos, and I think it's quite likely to happen at a track like this. Kevin, very aggressive on the outside curb there, going into turn 15, very brave, but it's worked out very nicely. And let's see, 3.5 tenths up in the middle sector, and a very good exit coming up the final corner as well. Those 3.5 tenths could already put him into sort of Pinky Cucho area, I think, if he just brings it over the line as well now. He has run out of ES, so he's below 10%, losing some of that engine power. Running quite high wings as well, only, yeah, not even reaching the 330, well, just about reaching 330 for the line. And it's a 41.758 in the end. That's P9 for Kevin. 2 minutes left to go, that should be his qualifying done. So he's gonna have to hope that not too many people behind him improve, unless he, yeah, if people behind him improve, of course, he will be dropping likely outside the top 10, which for a driver of Kevin's, yeah, reputation, div 2, you would say. A multiple race winner, championship contender in the past few seasons. He will certainly have been hoping for better qualifying than that, but he is quite good at making his way through the field in the races. And considering the nature of this track, I honestly would not count out anyone, no matter where they start the race. So, the two Alfa Romeos already on laps here at the final minute in qualifying. Damien and Darky. Currently in 16-14. Hello, Phantom, great timing. Right in the end of qualifying. Right when it's interesting.
Perfect. Who's your bet for pole?
Gabri seems to be a pretty safe bet right now, looking at the gaps.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he solely put in a 41.0, was 3 tenths faster than anyone, and anyone in that case being Gabri. And then Gabri improved by 6 tenths as well. And yeah, now Gabri and Sully are well clear of anyone. So Gabri seems to be very strong at this track. Before the race, he sent a screenshot of his time trial time, which was actually, I think, about half a tenth slower than mine. Like, we were both in the 39.9s. I don't remember where exactly in the 39.9s we were. But yeah, very impressive stuff from Gabri. He looks very fast today.
Yeah, it's quicker than me, so...
So, we've got Darky coming up the line, picking up a bit of slipstream here from the cars while just starting the laps. And over the line, Darky currently 42.2 his best lap, and it's a 41.6, jumps into 8th, and no slows on, of course, to not get in anyone's way. Damien, his teammate, up to the line as well, 8 tenths gaining at the moment, and jumps into 15th, 42.186, very close behind Bazooka there. For the car coming to the line, there's a Red Bull of Desi, 4 seconds down though, so he's not going to be improving on this lap. Next car behind that is a Haas. That will be... Oh, fuck, has crashed in the castle section! And that has ruined Kucho's lap as well there. Oh, no, Pinky. Pinky's on AI, never mind. All fine, no one got his lap ruined by that.
I believe Demian's crashed at turn 2 as well.
Meanwhile, Dylan, oh, very close to barriers in the final corner. Currently in 18th, no lap time set from Dylan. Following him is, I believe, an Alpine, either Marco or Pocho. They're both in the 41.5s.
And he's 1.5 tenths up, so he should go ahead of Sean Mull here. Maybe Edwin as well.
Oh, Pocho's just crashed. Pocho's crashed at turn 15. And Marco over the line, 41.455 into 3rd. Next car coming up to the line is the AlphaTauri of Kucho. No, that's Pinky's AI car, never mind.
Kucho is going around the last corner and he's like 5 tenths up, I think I saw.
Sully is 44 thousandths down in the middle sector. He's not going to be improving enough to beat the time of Gabri. Kucho's improving a lot though. Sully does gain a tiny amount of time, but still 41.030. He stays in second. Kucho, the last one still on the lap. How much can he improve by? 41.083. Jumps into 3rd and very close to Sully. How about half a tenth separating those two? We just left Darky and Damon going around, but they're both on in-laps. That's qualifying done. And what a lap that was from Gabri. 40.685. I think they will put him 4th on the F1 on the Division 1 grid. Only behind...
Quick look.
I think we'll put him behind Curse, Nemesis and Card ahead of everyone else, if I remember correctly. So very, very impressive stuff from Gabri there. And then Sully in second on a 41.0, Kucho in 3rd, also 41.0, Marco and Edwin very close together, 41.455, 41.463. Then Sean and Pocho, 41.525 and 41.582. And Darky as well, 41.616, Pinky, 41.670. So close together, that midfield pack following Sully and Gabri, but those two, yeah, in a bit of a war of their own, at least in qualifying.
Yeah, very impressive laps. But can they hold it together for the race?
Yeah, going from left in the grid, Kevin running in the top 10, 41.758, and then Desi, 41.842, Owise in 12th, 41.912, Ewag in 13th, 42.034, Bazooka in 14th, 42.120, Damien in 15th, 42.186, and then Lucas in 16th, 42.566. Thog in 17th, 42.574, and Dylan, the last driver with a lap time have been set, 43.672, and JM and Marcelio both without a lap time. Marcelio crashing out early, and JM I think just not completing a valid lap in 19th and 20th.
Yeah, so Gabri's time would have put him 5th and just 200ths behind you, Felix.
Oh wow, and Italian 1, 2, 3 as well, so the Tifosi going to be very happy. Ferrari on pole as well. Great news if you are a Italian F1 Total enjoyer, which I'm sure there are many Italian viewers. Oh, Sean has just disconnected from the session. That is terrible timing, as we are in the loading screen for the race. Hopefully I can get him back in before. We start the race, but I'll try and invite him.
How early was our first safety car in Div 1? Was it lap 5?
I'm not sure. It was quite early, I know that one. I don't see Sean online, so I think his entire internet just died.
Sean.
Yeah, not ideal.
Oh yeah, he's gone offline now.
Yeah, so it looks like his entire internet just died. We hope he can get back in and then fight his way through the field with the safety cars. Which I'm very confident we get some safety cars at this track with a grid this large. There's gonna be someone who parks in the castle, surely.
Who's your bets on?
I'm not betting on who's crashing. That's rude. I would say Mihai if he was here, but he isn't. Here we go, we're on the grid. The 5 red lights, Gabi on the left-hand side, Sully on the right-hand side. Who's in the lead? Into turn 1. It's lights out, and away we go, and Gabi with a very good start there. Sully does not pull alongside, has to defend instead from Kucho, who tries to go around the outside of him there. A bit of contact made, and Kucho goes into the barrier. Contact with Marco as well. Hopefully no damage for any cars, but I think it's quite likely at least some of them have damage. Yes, Damien is round. Gabi getting away from the field quite nicely, followed by Sully and Lucas is out. Lucas is out at turn 2, and there's another car spun around there. Always spun around in turn 2, and Ewan was involved as well. He's dropped quite far behind. I think it's a virtual safety car. I don't see a safety car coming out the pits. Quite hectic start there, but it's neutralized for now.
I think he's lost his wing.
Quick look at the tires. Hard for Kevin, soft bazooka, mediums for everyone else. And the position changes early on. There we go. Biggest winner is Bazooka, having gained 6 places. And then Thog immediately jumping. Sean Mull on the restart, of course. Sean Mull still on AI. He's dropped down to 13th already. Very much, yeah, very, very unfortunate for him. And he's going to keep dropping down until he gets back in the lobby. Oh! Desi!
Desi clipping the castle.
That's... the front ring is still fine, actually. He's gotten very lucky there. And Sean Mull is now back in the session. Bazooka getting past Kevin there on his soft compound tires, making good use of them. Can get a bit sideways there as well. Not a place where you want to go sideways. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to go sideways anywhere on this track, really. And now coming up into the long straight. Bazooka is probably going to try and make a move on Desi here. And trying to close the gap. Oh, Gabri has been passed by Sully. How's that happened then? Was Sully that close to him? The gap was about 1 second earlier.
4 tenths behind the gap before, but I was looking at the battle between JM and Fock and Pinky, Marcelio as well.
Yeah, Gabi is immediately shifting back past Sully, but Sully is following very closely heading to turn 1. Has a little look up the inside, but no chance for him. As Bazooka has gotten past Desi, they're side by side heading to turn 1. And Bazooka manages to outbrake the Red Bull. Pit stops for Pocho, Pinky and Dylan, so those guys, assuming got wing damage on those lap 1 incidents that we saw. Sully still following closely behind Gabi, but he's not going to go for the move this time around. Waiting for DRS to be activated most likely. It's just crucial to stay in the DRS range. DRS gains you so much time on this track. Time of course with the 2 very, very long straights. Back to back as well.
Pocho and Dylan onto the hards, Pinky and Eweg onto the mediums.
So a few different strategical decisions being made. Bazooka trying to chase after Darky up ahead. Making his way into the top 5 maybe, of course, having to make good use of those softs while they're still fresh. They won't last for very long. They drop out very fast around this track. Kucho is absolutely hounding Marco through the gas section. He was about 1 tenth behind entering, but now he's about 4 tenths behind, so he must have been a bit cautious, following so closely behind Marco, and Yeah, now he slowly drops a bit back. Marco barely within the edge of Sully still, which could be crucial, of course. As he jumps over the curb at turn 15, very aggressive, trying everything to stay with the guys ahead. Sully and Gabi clearly with great pace in the minutes, confirming their great qualifying pace with great race pace as well. As Marco is not going to have to defend from Kucho, while Gabi has to defend from Sully. 5 for P3 and P1 going on at once. And Sully is probably going to slipstream past Gabi here. I don't see Gabi really trying to defend this one. There's not much of a chance. And a crash at the back. Edwin has crashed and we've got a virtual safety car.
Sideways. I'm not sure if anyone collected him. I think he's ghosted now.
I guess he's gone into the tire barrier on the left-hand side. He's understeered into that, most likely. Desi into the pits, so maybe Desi was involved in that crash. I think he was close to Edwin, so it would make sense.
There's a couple in the pits as well.
No wing change, so maybe just a strategical decision to try and go to the end from here. Fogg and Sean in as well. Josh Sean trying to make a comeback after the disconnect. There's a lot of work to do.
Wing.
Very unfortunate for Edwin there. Edwin and Lucas both out of the race very early on.
Only a virtual again though.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, surprised that neither of those have been full safety cars. They've both been very big crashes.
Yeah,
I feel like that probably could have been a red flag in real life. The way, like, you're going at like 300 kph in that corner. If you crash there, it's a red flag immediately.
His car did ghost eventually, but it looked like a couple of people got really close to actually hitting his crashed car before it started ghosting. So
sometimes it doesn't visually ghost, but if you actually drive into it, it starts to ghost, so you get saved.
Yeah.
I think the same happened to me in on Saturday as well. Oh, drive-through penalty!
Oh, fuck, no.
For Thok. Well, I'm gonna finish that sentence, what I said. The same happened to me with Finlay, I think. When he crashed on the final lap on Saturday. I think he didn't ghost visually, and I tried to avoid him. I think I actually went through him. But the game still ghosted him, despite the fact that he wasn't visually ghosted.
It's a shame you didn't get your audio for that.
Oh, well, that would have been glorious. I shouted like a little girl.
And actually,
I was so terrified.
Shame you didn't actually DNF, because it would have given me a podium.
Well, we've now got Gabi, Marco, Kucho, Darky, all following closely behind Sully here. So Darky with a great safety restart has gotten himself into this leading pack. Yeah, and Dia is now enabled, so it'll be hard to shake each other. From now on, I think these guys might be in a train.
A great performance from Darky so far, because I don't think he has a point yet, so... Oh, Gabi on the inside!
Late move on Sully there, but he's... Well, hasn't pulled off, but they're keeping it together. Sully is still in the lead. Gabi following closely and and Marco trying to get advantage, of course. Kucho, bit of a tap on the barriers there. Dropping back somewhat. Always making a move on Damien for 10th there as well, but keeping the cameras on the fight for lead, of course, because Gabi goes up the inside, but has to back out. Sully still stays in the lead. These guys are all keeping it very calm and composed. They don't want to have any crashes here. Thok back in the pits already, after just one lap. I wanna check something. How many stops has he made so far? That's his second one. Okay, Dylan is also on 2 stops. The Haas pit crew is getting so much pit stop practice in. 4 pit stops in 4 laps. It's Marco. It's gone in the back of Gabi there. That might have got a bit of damage, but hopefully not. Gabi seems to be fine. He hasn't lost too much time from that. Marco's front wing seems to be fine as well. It's just a very small tap. Kevin doing a good job as well on those hards. He's got himself into 7th and now just calmly driving his own pace. Kind of in his own little bubble. 2 seconds behind, 3.7 ahead. Oh my goodness me! Kucho had a little look up on the inside into turn 15 on Marco. And Marco has now lost a lot of time to Gabi from that, and I think he's lost DRS as well. That could be crucial. That might then allow Kucho to just slingshot past Marco.
Maybe
yep, Marco will definitely not have DRS from Gabi ahead, and Kucho is so close. Darky might even get him as well. Marco might end up in 5th position at the end of this straight here. Oh, Kucho very close to barriers there. He could have taken the inside, but he was being brave. Another virtual safety car. Dylan has crashed out at the castle well, the corner before the castle section. Kucho goes off track there. Darky goes through. Marco also goes through? No, he doesn't. Okay, well, the new order now: Sully, Gabi, Darky, Marco, Kucho. And Dylan out as well. The 3rd VSC in 5 laps. Still no full safety car.
Maybe that was why Haas made so many stops early. They're just getting the pit crew practice before their drivers retired.
I mean, Thok is still going. We still have some hope.
Desi back into the pits. It's a new wing for him.
I think they're going to see a lot of those wing changes this race.
He's on to a new set of mediums. But Kucha, a bit of a loser with that virtual safety car. He could have been up to third, and instead he's actually dropped down to fifth.
Yeah, he missed the first corner because he was off track. The other drivers were allowed to overtake him. So he's just outbraked himself and dropped back from third to fifth from that. Bazooka is trying to sneak into this little groupie. He's, if he gets a good result here, he might actually be within DRS range and join the fight for the top 5 positions. No drive-through penalties this time around, at least, though. And the top 5 all still very close together now once again after that VSC. They've been bunched up a bit. Marco is all over the back of Darky heading onto the main straight. And look at the exit speed that Marco has compared to him. He's already alongside. Side by side into the S's. Marco has to back out. That would have been, yes, surely a very dangerous situation to be in. So only smart to try and back out of that and make the move later down the straight. And indeed, with the slipstream he gets alongside as Gabi flies past Sully up ahead as well. Gabi past Sully, Marco past Darky. Sully having a look up the inside into turn 2, but of course that's never on. Gets back into the slipstream, going into the corner now. On to the next DRS straight, is he going to fly back past Gabi here? Indeed he is pulling up alongside. And that's Sully back into the lead of the race. Darky having a look at Marco as well. Decides not to go for it.
Sean Moore makes the move past Potro for 12.
I was to say that Damien with a spin at turn 1. And that would be Sean Moore and Potro past him as well. Sean Moore and Potro both on their comeback drives here. 15 seconds behind the top 10.
Deep, and Kucho has now got alongside him, going into the slowest corner on the track. Yeah,
Kucho on the inside has the advantage. Darko tries to hang around the outside. Space being left, and Kucho gets ahead. Darky has a little look up the inside into the castle.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he's tapped the barrier with his rear tire and almost lost the car. Yellow flags for Pinky! No, not Pinky. Sean! Sean with a spin at turn 4 there. Very unfortunate, he's been dropped back once again. Yeah, these guys from P11 now would desperately need a safety car if they want to be back in the fight for the top 10 positions. 16 seconds the gap between Potro and Owise.
You would think they would get one.
I mean, we've had 3 VSCs so far, no full safety cars, which is very, very interesting. Nemesis is complaining about seeing pixels.
Will it be 3rd or 4th time lucky for Gabri here?
Is my quality really that bad on the stream?
Down the inside, Gabri a bit more alongside on the turning point here. Sully hangs it around the outside and keeps the lead.
And now Marco is very close behind as well. He might try and slingshot past both these guys at some point.
I'll bring the stream up if you want.
It looks fine on my phone, but I mean it's a phone, so that it doesn't need that many pixels to look fine. I mean I'm limited by the fact that I'm streaming on PS5, so. Oh, Thog is out as well now. He's crashed at turn 19, and not even a VSC it seems. And now Damien is out at turn 1. And now we've got a full core safety car. It needed 2 cars to crash out within a few seconds of each other, and now we have a first full core safety car of the race on lap 7. This is terrible news if you are running on the hards right now.
I think Haas will be cursing me there because I think I have jinxed them after saying they got their pit stops in early because they're both going to DNF early, and they have DNF'd early. Yeah,
Haas, the first team to not have any cars left in this race. Well, the strategy now surely is to pit onto hards and go to the end. Which, if you're already on the hards, tough luck. Have fun trying to figure out what to do now. Kevin, Potro and Sean could be in a bit of trouble here. I mean, I'm sure Potro and Sean are still happy about the safety car because at least they're back in the train. I guess you could pit onto mediums and do medium soft, or soft medium, either one could work. This is great for Bazooka as well, because this means that his disadvantage later on is now negated because everyone else has to pit on the same lap as him as well. So his strategy is worked out very nicely.
Your stream looks fine for me, but I don't know what Nemesis is on about.
So here we go, Sully into the pits, Gabri in, Marco in. I mean, Nemesis has like absurdly high standards for stream quality. Looking at the back when Nemesis first joined our leagues, it took like a solid 2 minutes for me to load any of his reports because his file sizes were that massive.
Same.
Right, Sully's come out in the lead. Could just drop back a bit with a wing change there. He's dropped behind Bazooka. Interesting, Bazooka doesn't go for the hearts. He's not on the medium, so he's, I guess, hoping for another safety car.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Well, that's very annoying, surely. It's such an unnecessary penalty. Marcelio onto the soft there. Was he running on the hards before? Or why is he gone softs? No, he was running on mediums. He could have gone hards, but Marcelio choosing to go soft, so he's gambling on another safety car.
Yeah.
Kevin on the mediums as well, of course he was on the hards before, so that only makes sense. I mean, you could probably stretch mediums to the end from here. They won't be very comfortable by the end. So I guess it's a choice of whether they want to pit again and try to make up the time, or just hang on to the tires until the end, trying to make sure not to crash and yeah, manage the gap that you have.
I think most of the drivers in the minute won't really be worrying about getting these tyres to the end, as they'll be assuming there will be another safety car at some point.
Yeah, that is quite likely. We've had 3 VNCs, 1 safety car. I mean, I think we are only one more. I don't know. I think VNCs count the safety car limit, so we actually can only have 1 more safety car if I remember the limit correctly. I wonder how it works.
Is the safety car limit actually a thing?
It definitely is, because I remember that being added to the game at some point in some patch a few years ago.
Is it only in online, or is it in like?
I think it's only in online.
I was gonna say, because I remember I did a 2-player career race once, and we had a glitch where I had an engine failure, but it thought my car was permanently stopped on track, and we had a safety car every time as soon as the safety car came in. So that was.
How do you keep count how many safety cars you had?
No, because in the end we just restarted the race because it was like a 50% next go. I had like an engine failure on like lap 3. We went through like, well, maybe we didn't hit the limit, but like, anyway, that was a weird glitch. It might have been the 5th one we then quit.
Yeah, I really should just research this at some point, because it keeps coming up and I keep like dropping this thing that's somewhere in the back of my head that I remember vaguely that it's 5. And that was patched at some point. I don't know if they ever changed it, if that's even correct what I'm remembering, if it's still a thing. But yeah, I think it's 5 safety cars, and I think VSCs counts. But now at 4, we can have 1 more safety car, if my memory is correct. Safety car should also be in this lap. The whole field is caught up now. We'll be back racing with all 15 cars. 9 laps it's taken. We've got 5 DNFs so far. So if we keep going at this rate, we are gonna finish with what about 8 drivers, I think.
Could be less than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do the whole math, but I just.
A third of the race, and we've lost 5 cars, so 3/3 would be.
I imagine only 5 cars finishing on a 20 car grid.
Well, we only had 5 car finishing at Singapore yesterday. I know we only had like 12. But...
how many? I mean, we didn't have many. I don't think. We only had 12 starting, so that's a bit different.
Yeah, we had like I think there was 2 DNFs on the final lap, so we only actually had 5 people cross the line.
Oh, true, yeah, was it Edwin who crashed in the final lap, and then Lars was a lap down?
Lars was the other one, but it was his final lap that he crashed on.
To be fair, the final lap was completely wet conditions on dry tires. Yeah. It was quite... I was very happy that had a massive gap, so that I was safe.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
That would have been so scary if there was an actual battle still going on.
The 2 laps before that, I was battling Edwin, and it was actually really enjoyable.
Well, safety car in this lap. Sully now sets the pace up until the line. He's followed by Gabri, Marco, Bazooka, Kucho, JM, Kevin, Darky, Marcelio, Always, Pinky, Sean, Pocho, Desi, and Ewak in that order.
I might keep an eye on Marcelio here. He's on the soft tyre. The car's ahead of him. He should be much quicker then.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make his way through the field and into the front positions. Sully going very, very slowly. Sage guy's back in the pits. He could go at any moment if he wants to. Just needs to catch Gabri off guard. But he doesn't want to go too early, of course, otherwise he gets slipstreamed to turn 1 from way too far back. He's gone now, and Gabri has reacted very well, and so is Marco. Both Marco and Gabri are very close to Sully here. Marco maybe actually making a move on Gabri to turn 1? No, he decides against it. But JM goes around the of Kucho. Almost into the barrier there, but just about still. Avoiding that scenario. Kucho and JM still side by side, and Kucho, I think, has now... he's still side by side, actually. Now he's behind. And JM now having let it go at Bazooka. Bazooka covering off the inside. And JM... oh, he's sorting the dummy, but he hasn't pulled off the move in the end. As Darky and Kevin are fighting for 7th here. Darky on the inside, squeezes Kevin a bit on the braking, and he's gotten ahead.
Pinky goes around the outside of O-Wise as well for P10.
Yeah, a lot of squabbling going on in the midfield here. A car going sideways in the back there, that was Darky, and he's now stopped behind JM, I think.
No, that was actually Darky overtaking JM. JM went deep and Darky slid through on the inside.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Gabri, not with the greatest restarts. Marco seems to be a lot closer to him than he is to Sully. But I'm sure that Gabri's going to try everything to change that. Marcelio not with a great restart. He's dropped to 9th, despite his tyre advantage.
A move on Kevin, lost out and then had to fight O-Wise, and O-Wise lost out and had to fight Pinky.
Oh, massive slide from Darky there coming out of turn 15. Cost a bit of time. JM is now close behind. Beautiful heli shot here as we are on board Bazooka. Coming onto the main straight. Top 3 should all stay the same. I don't think anyone is close enough to go for moves without the assistance of DRS. Marcelio is closing in on Kevin here with the soft compound tires. As Sean flies past Always for P11. And Desi flying past Pocho for 13th. Oh, a terrible exit for JM there, and Kevin just drives right past him, heading to turn 2. And I think JM's wing just flew off there as well. Oh, did it? No, it did.
Around the outside.
Marcelio now getting past JM as well. JM down into 9th.
Oh, Marcelio's gone straight on.
Oh! Well, he's gonna drop. Yeah, he's gonna drop down to the last position here. He's gonna try and reverse the car out of here.
Gonna struggle to get this the right way. Oh, this is a disaster.
Mahavir. He's finally gotten out the barriers, or out the run-out zone.
Safety cars. Pinky now passes JM. JM can't stop losing positions on the hard tyre.
Has JM not got his tyres wound up or what? He's been dropping left, right, no, his tyre temperatures are fine, they're all over 100 degrees. Does he have damage? What is going on with JM's car? He seems to be... The end plates are fine, so... I don't know. He's just not able to keep the same pace he had earlier.
But Sean will definitely be fancying this. He's on the quicker tyre on the mediums. He's seen JM drop through the field.
Kucho's all over back off Bazooka heading onto the main straight here. And be a move for P4 and then try and chase after Marco, Gabri and Sully ahead. Of course, these guys are not going to want...
JM, he's gone deep and Sean's going to do it easily now. Otherwise, might even be able to get the run on JM.
So JM continues to lose positions, as we see Kucho now on the slipstream of Bazooka, heading to turn 1. Does he have the overspeed? Doesn't! Bazooka's just pulling away from him, even with Kucho's slipstream, so Bazooka running way lower wings than the AlphaTauri. So Kucho's definitely gonna need a DRS assistance if he wants to get past Bazooka here. Marco stopped out of DRS range to Gabri and Sully, so those two might now be in a fight of their own for this race win. If they can simply keep the gap they have right now, it'll be smooth sailing for them, at least in terms of getting a 1-2, and they're just fighting between each other. Marcelio in the pits, so he's changing his wing, or getting fresh tires, or both. And I do see a wing change from Marcelio. So he's picked up some wing damage, probably when he went into the runoff zone. The closest battle, I would say, still Kucho in the back, at the back of Bazooka here, chasing him for P4. He's seeing the— oh! Darky has just gone into the car section, straight on, and it's a full car safety car.
What a shame for Darky, he was having a really good race.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. He was on for a great result, he was in the top 5 for most of the race. But that's how it goes, one mistake! One mistake at a, yeah, a very tricky corner, the caster section, the tightest corner on the Formula 1 circuit. That is how quickly it can go. He's pulled a Charles Leclerc.
The miracle for Marcello, I don't know what sort of prayers they were doing at Aston Martin, but they got answered very quickly.
Yeah, with that we are now down to 14 cars. We've got 2 teams completely out, both Alfa Romeo and Haas, no cars left in this race. Interesting to see now what these frontrunners do if they're gonna pit. Sully's staying out, Gabri isn't, Marco's staying out, Bazooka's coming in, Kuch staying out, Kevin coming in, Pinky coming in, Strongbull coming in, JM coming in, Always coming in, Desi's staying out, Pocho coming in, Ewek coming in. So yeah, Desi, Kucho, Marco and Sully staying out, everybody else coming in fresh tires. Probably mediums, those should last to the end easily from here.
Pinky serving his penalties, he's going to drop a couple places.
2 double stacks as well, I would assume, with so many people in the pits.
Yeah,
Gabi's come out in 5th, followed by Bazooka in 6th, Kevin in 7th, Sean in 8th, JM in 9th, followed by Owais, and then Pinky in 11th, Pocho in 12th, Ewek in 13th, and then we have Marcelio with the pit stop 1 lap ago. He's not going to be back in the fight. We'll see if he pits onto mediums or if he stays in the hards now.
He's coming in.
Yeah, so he also wants to be on the mediums.
Well, if your safety car limit theory is correct, Felix, that would be a clean run now to the end of the race.
I mean, yeah, we're only halfway through, so I think if we haven't reached the limit yet, we are likely to see another one. So I guess I'm gonna get that confirmed this race. If there's no more safety cars, then we know either there is no limit, or the limit is higher, or VSCs don't count towards the limit I thought there was.
Or maybe there's just no incidents, and everyone keeps it clean.
13 laps of Baku, no incidents. Are you listening to yourself? I mean, we have seen the absolute calamities that occurred in Division 1. I mean, a man who got a race ban in Division 1 for his questionable overtaking moves. He's currently leading this race.
He's leading the race. I wanted to see his POV. I don't know why he didn't send it.
I don't know. Well, he did get a penalty point for that. That's also why he got the race ban in the end. Without those 2 penalty points, it would only have been a qualifying ban. Well, yeah, a redemption for Sully, you could say, from race ban to race win at Baku. The race ban would have to be served in Division 1 at the next race in what is the next race? I don't know my own calendar.
I don't know, I was just about to ask
I
you.
should know my own calendar.
I'll have a look.
It is Monza. That's a fun track, I like Monza.
We only just did Monza in realistic. It didn't go that well for me. A not so very nice reminder, I got disconnected at the start of the race and joined back 8 laps in and 15 seconds last. Apart from you, because you'd pitted. I was 15 seconds last to people that hadn't pitted.
Yeah, what did I do again in Monza? I can't remember.
No,
I actually don't know what happened in Monza. I just know I went last to first and I got a post-race penalty for something. that robbed me of a race win.
I wasn't even in the lobby, but I feel like something might have happened at turn 1, 2, and 3, Felix.
I don't know what you speak of. I didn't bump off anyone. These are allegations. Baseless allegations. I would not do some things.
You're only 2 points behind car race. Wait, are you 2 points behind or ahead of car race? I can't
Behind, I
remember.
think, after the last race. He overtook me. So yeah, I have some work to do. I might just bump draft him.
Yeah. You might drop from like first to third, but if you DNF him, then 15 points gained.
I like how the assumption is I can crash, get like a 10-second penalty, lose my wing, and still finish third.
Well,
I reckon I can still win.
Yeah.
If I kill Kart Racer, I can win whatever happens.
just cut the chicane and get another 10 seconds, and then you can just build a gap.
Yeah, building a gap is notoriously easy at Monza. There's so many corners we can get out of the DNS range. Well, safety car in this lap. Sully followed by Marco, Cuccio, Desi, and then the entire field behind on fresh mediums. That should be interesting. As these guys on the old hards are gonna drop back. Yeah,
I'm gonna feel sorry for Desi here. He might be absolutely swallowed up. Not only is he on the hards, his hards are 2 laps older than the other 3 ahead of him as well.
yeah, I'm interested to see how this is gonna go for Sully, Marco, Cuccio, and Desi. I mean, how far they're gonna drop down, because they have more tire wear for the rest of this race and worse tires in general. Sully's gone early.
Very early.
He's caught Marco off guard somewhat there.
He's got Gabri off guard as well.
Desi's attacking Cuccio heading into turn 1 there here. And Desi flies past the AlphaTauri. Look at the wings on that AlphaTauri. There's so much more wings than everybody else. And that's gonna really cost him in terms of trying to defend his position now. He does get back past Desi. And now Gabri, is he gonna try and get past both these guys at once? He needs to get past these guys so he can get back into the fight with Sully. He's burning overtake and now to the outside of Desi. But Desi with great straight line speed stays ahead of Gabri. For at least one more section of the track. I don't think Gabri can really put a move anywhere in these in this slow section. It would be a very audacious move for sure. As we have a Mercedes sending it there.
Oh, Desi clips the wall, and he's spun around by Gabri. Oh my goodness me!
Gabri's just got under him. An undertake by Gabri. And Desi's dropped down to the last position. I think there was a bit of lag involved in that one, unfortunately, then.
Yeah, not convinced you can 100% blame Gabri as...
Yeah, I didn't see much of it, but what I did see was Gabri driving under him, so there was definitely some lag. I'm sure this will go down to the stewards then in the end, and I'll see more of what happened.
I believe Desi clipped the outside wall, bounced back in.
Marco has re-ended Sully and put him to the barriers!
Oh my god.
At turn 15, I think that's damage for Sully. Yes, front right end plate missing, he's dropped down to third. And that is Sully. Well, yeah, out of the 5 of the race maneuvers, you would say. He's now got Gabri right behind him. And a good amount of damage from the car that will slow him down massively. And that is a pit stop for Sully.
What a disaster.
Very, very unfortunate. Was in the 5 of the race win, and now he's in the pit lane for a wing change. 10 laps to go, he needs another safety car. So he has to hope that my safety car theory is not correct.
Marcello pits and gets a 5-second speeding penalty, so it's all gone wrong for Marcello again.
Cuccio is trying to make a bit of move on Marco for the race lead, but he doesn't have the straight line speed. Yep, he just has too much wing on the car, it seems. But Marco goes very deep, Cuccio has to avoid him, can't take advantage, and Gabi, he is taking advantage, he's closing in, like it's nothing. Those fresh mediums really putting in the work. I mean, Marco and Cuccio are doing very well to hold on, and so was Sully until he got absolutely murdered.
JM went deep and nobody's got the switch back up to P8.
JM is so much understeer. He must have damage. It looks so weird.
You would have thought he would have fixed him on the safety car, sure.
Yeah, but look how he's turning.
Yeah.
There must be some damage from this car, otherwise I don't see how he would be... Oh!
Maybe he's running anti-cheats. He's just nervous.
He's running a negative grip.
So yeah, the Desi and Gabri incident. So Desi, I believe, clipped the outside wall, bounced back in, which is when Gabri span him round. I think it's because he bounced off the wall into Gabri's tyre, got spun round, and then somehow Gabri managed to glitch underneath him and launch Desi in the air. I don't really know.
Yellow flags for Marcello in the castle section. And no safety car, no VSC.
Is that the safety car limit?
I think it's a safety car limit, yep. There's a 5 safety car limit, I think. Otherwise, surely it will be at least a VSC if the car stops in the castle section. Now DRS is enabled, and Gabi with a send on Kucho! Oh, Kucho leaves in the space, but Gabi backs out. Kucho now with a spin! And that was entirely on his own, I think. Gabi didn't make any contact with him. Kucho dropping down to 6th. And now Pinky right behind him. Maybe some team orders, because surely Pinky is going to be the faster car at the moment with tire advantage. Or is there? Doesn't seem like the team orders. Kucho is not letting go.
No.
Yeah, no team orders in AlphaTauri. They're fighting for position.
And now looking at it here with Gabri 8 tenths behind Marco on 5 laps better tyres age-wise and also compound-wise. You would think he's favourite for the race win, and a good strategy under the safety car from Gabri. Maybe Bazuki showing Kevin as well, looking to get on the podium.
Yeah, it looks quite likely that Ferrari can get both cars in the podium here in Baku, which would be a great result for them. Kevin only 1 position away from it, with Marco ahead on very old tyres, compared to everyone else chasing behind. Of course, Kevin also has to keep an eye out behind on Sean. I wouldn't count him out. You can never count Sean out, really. Made a great comeback so far. After the disconnect in lap 1, he's now up to 5th again. And in the the pack, or the leading train, which actually goes on down all the way to P10. 1 DS straight from P1 to P10. F1 Esports-esque.
And JM goes deep in his fast like Pocho once again.
Yeah, Pocho has dropped out of DRS from the cars ahead, so he's about to lose a lot of time as Pinky now flies past his teammate. Always gonna follow through as well, and Always might actually get both AlphaTauris here, I think. No, he cannot get Pinky. Pinky has too much straight line speed for him. Gabri's gotten past Marco, has he? They're side by side into turn 1.
Side by side.
Now heading down towards turn 2. Gabi backs out.
He should have
Marco
DRS
goes a bit deep, and now Gabi with an amazing exit, I think. It's gonna get... Yep, he is gonna... Yep, Bazooka following through. Marco squeezing into the inside, but I think there is not much hope for that one. Bazooka goes through. Marco tries to hang it around the outside on the old compound there. Is that gonna work? No, it's not. Bazooka up into P2. Marco has lost 2 places to both Gabi and Bazooka. And now Kevin needs to try and get around Marco until before these guys pull too much of a gap.
Kucho was passed by Pocho as well, so he's dropping back on the old tyres.
Yeah, to be expected. These old hearts are really not doing all too well. Sully is almost caught up to Desi. So Sully is almost caught up to the field at this point. He's only about 8 seconds behind with 8 laps to go. He might still score some points. Because of course all of these guys are going to be slowing each other down.
Brilliant pace, and he'll be so annoyed in that car that it's just not gone his way for the incident with Marco.
Yes, Marco is now just holding up Kevin here. But I think Kevin is about to put a move on him onto the next man straight. And then we'll see if Sean and everybody else behind can follow through. Bazooka's barely anchored to the DRS of Gabi. Gabi is doing everything he can to get rid of this Aston Martin. He's burnt a lot of his oil take. But I think Bazooka's just about managed to get into the DRS range. He hasn't. Bazooka's out of the DRS range to Gabi, as Kevin flies past Marco for 3rd. Sean Moore flies past both of them up into 3rd now.
Wow.
Great straight line speed, about almost 350 kph heading to turn 1, so yeah, that Williams is absolutely no wing on the car. It's quite interesting to see how many different wing setups people run in Baku. I see anything from like both wings below 10 to both wings somewhere in the 20s, you know?
Yeah, it's quite unique in that aspect as JM gets back past Pocho, Sully also passed Desi on the main straight.
Pinky had a look at Marco. Now Marco with a bad exit. Maybe Pinky can send it here. He's gonna try it. He's up the inside. Onto the curb. Oh, they make a bit of contact. They're both fine. Pinky still behind though. Can't pull the move out there. And now Sean and Kevin are gonna start chasing after Bazooka there for that 2nd position.
I want to see someone send it at the castle at least once.
Don't, please. I don't. I've seen that enough. I've seen that enough times. I never want to see that again. It's a horrible sight.
Unless you are the car behind, trying to get both places.
Nah, then it's an even worse sight because you're just scared. If they crash, you crash with them.
JM!
Oh, and Potros made contact with him. That might have been damage for both of them now. JM pulls off to the side, lets these guys through. So he must have major damage and just wants to get out of the way and not cause any more chaos. Potros' wing seems fine.
Yeah. JM missing an end plate.
Yeah, Potro, at least his end plates aren't gone, so if he does have damage, it's fairly minor.
I think he's gonna get past Mark on the straight here.
I think Always will try and follow through as well. Marco with no ES, Always to the right hand side, on the outside heading to turn 1, and he gets ahead of the Alpine. Although Marco's still in there. But Always with a bit superior grip. And now, battle in turn 1.
God.
Now Potro has damage, I think.
Potro, yeah.
Yep, now Potro has a missing end plate, and JM is, both Potro and JM have missing end plates. Kevin gets back past Sean for third. So JM has let these guys through and then re-overtaken them.
Must have had way better straight line speed.
And now JM and Potro both have damage, and that might be even more damage. Yes, Potro's entire front wing is gone.
And Kucho trying to slip through now as well on the inside.
And I think that's damage for Kucho as well. I think they all have damage now.
JM and Potro still side by side, I think.
Yep, end plate missing for Kucho, end plate missing for JM, and entire front wing missing for Potro. As JM's, and that's JM's front wing gone as well. And Ewag is absolutely loving this. Everyone around him just decided front wings are just not necessary.
Absolutely loving it as well, because it should now see him up into the points.
Ewag has to be very careful to not re-end Kucho here. He's going to be breaking so early. And Kucho, I think, decided to let Ewag pass, it seems. Yes, Ewag up into 8th.
Danger to Potro, he's going to be slow around this
corner! Potro is out!
No, he's actually, so Kucho survives, but it's a DNF for Potro.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No safety car, the limit has been reached.
Yeah, and that's Sully past Kucho up into 10th again, and right behind JM as well, let me up into 9th. As JM's, of course, front wing is completely gone. I don't even see a front code anymore. The car is just completely destroyed.
On who? Oh yeah.
Oh,
a massive crash! It nearly takes out his teammate.
Yeah, he jumped onto Sully's car. And we're down to just 11 drivers left. I think it's almost confirming the 5 safety car limit. I mean, surely at least one of those crashes should have caused a safety car.
Kucho now pits and will drop down to 11th. But with Potro's crash, I could see it coming. If he gained enough time, he would have been able to overtake Kucho, but he tried to take it too quick with no wing. DNF'd. Kucho also in the wall, so I thought he was going to DNF as well. He managed to survive.
Pinky's on the wall.
Pinky!
And Always his front wing is gone. So those two must have had a crash.
You'd think. Yeah, they were
complete chaos going on here. Pinky dropping down to 8th and Sully right behind him now. And with Always having a no front wing, he is very vulnerable to Marco behind now. But Marco, he's gonna have to follow him around the castle section. Unless Always decides to let him go.
You wonder how many places Sully can still gain. Where do you see him finishing? I reckon he can still get like P5.
Always is crawling through the castle and Marco is just trying his absolute best not to drive into him. And now might be the time for him to overtake. Very tricky, and Always lets him go. Oh, but Always with the understeer! Oh, he's gotten lucky.
Nearly does a Potro, manages to survive. He's gonna go deep here.
Oh, got lucky again.
DNF now will see you in P11, so you've got to try and survive and get a point.
And we're about to come to the two most dangerous corners though if you have no front wing. He has to be very careful now. You can definitely just understeer right into the wall here if you're not careful enough. He's got away with it, yeah. And now I can go on pit and get a new front wing and I'll be safe.
Well, will he survive the pit lane?
That is true, that pit lane is also quite tricky to get right. Braking early.
Yeah, he's alright.
Yeah, he's fine, alright. Always has survived. But he's gonna drop down outside the points.
No.
Bazooka is catching Gabri. What is going on here? Gabri's front wing seems fine?
I don't know.
Is Gabri just slowing down? Managing tires? I don't know. Pinky closing in on Ewag. Is he gonna send it here? He isn't. And Sully is closing on both these guys. Sully's still in the fight of P6 now, and he only needs one more crash to have to be back in the top 5 like I predicted. Oh, and there we go, there's a crash. That's Sully past both of them. Beautiful switchback as Pinky goes in the back of Ewag and allows Sully to simply drive right past both Pinky and Ewag. 6.5 seconds to go to catch Marco, but not many laps. I think Sully would be reliant on one more crash if he wants to get into top 5.
And Sean Moore's missing an end plate. I'm not sure how long he's been missing that.
Is he? Yes! Frontman end plate gone for Sean. That explains why the gap between Sean and Bazooka has opened up so much.
And Kevin's been right behind Sean for at least 2 laps now, I believe.
I couldn't tell you what Kevin is doing.
I think Sean might have the straight line speed to stay ahead in the straight.
I think Kevin is going to wait behind him until the last lap. I think that's what it is. Because the run down to the line is so long, you want to be behind going into the last lap.
Yeah.
Pinky gets past Ewak there for 7th, just before the DRS straight. No, Kevin is burning overtake. He's actually trying to overtake, he just can't.
Yeah,
Sean has so much more straight line speed. Even with DRS, Sean is still... Yeah, they're still about equal. Sean 335, Kevin 336. Kevin is running so much more wing that Sean is keeping pace with him on the straight, despite Kevin having DRS and slipstream.
Kevin's gonna have to try and get clever and try and make it. It's not only in a corner and in the acceleration zone, but also to get far enough ahead from Sean that Sean can't get him straight back with his extra straight line speed.
Yeah, if Sean is in DRS range to Kevin on the last lap, I think Kevin's in big trouble.
Kujo just takes the fastest lap and guarantees at least a point unless someone else completes it.
Yeah, always on fresh tires as well, so I wouldn't count that out. That always can still beat this lap. Still a few more laps to go, of course, so anyone can still pit and get it if they want to, but well, right now there's no one who would be in a position where they wouldn't lose points in doing so. Apart from Kucho himself, but not going to do all that much, beating his own lap time. Bazooka is just hovering outside the 1 second. He really seems to be trying to get Gabri for this race. I mean, of course he is trying, of course he would be. But Gabri's, dominant pace in qualifying seems to have disappeared a bit. He is still the fastest driver at the moment, for sure. But he's not, driving away from Bazooka the way he was in the early stages of the race, I would say. Or in the qualifying. Bazooka is keeping pace somewhat. Just hovering outside that 1 second range. If he just gets into the 1 second once and has the DRS, then he can close in enough. They can maybe put a move on Gabri.
Kevin had a way better final corner, and the gap that Sean Muller's pulled on this straight has been absolutely ridiculous.
Sean has just literally got him outside the second on a DRS straight.
Kevin was maybe 3 tenths back entering the straight, or entering the left-right before the straight, and all the yellow flags, and Desi.
Another crash.
Oh,
yeah, and Kucho, that's the end. The car doesn't go visually, but Kucho drives right through it. I think Gabri has way lower wings than Bazooka, because he gained like 3 tenths in the straight there as well. Or he was burning some overtake.
What a shame that is for Desi as well. No points for Red Bull, and P11's always annoying.
Yeah, but everybody left in the race now. He's gonna get points, at least 1 point for their performance today. The only battle on track happening is Kevin against Sean, but Kevin... Yeah, I don't think Kevin has much of a chance of making any move stick with the straight advantage Sean has. But the straight advantage for Sean is massive.
I personally think the only option Kevin has got here is to send it to the castle. It's gotta happen.
The only option he has is to literally kill him. Yes. Great idea. I'm keeping an eye on the gap between Bazooka and Gabri. It's oh, Kevin with a bit of a tap on the wall there. But his front wing seems to be fine. The gap has opened up a bit between Gabri and Bazooka. I think Gabri is now... seems to be fine. And on his way to a race win. Finally, you must say.
Bit of lag, it's brought Kevin... Oh no, it's about the same.
Now Ewak and Desi leaving at once, and Gabri has lost a load of time from that.
Oh no.
Oh no, please.
Do the Italian swearing.
He seems to have opened the gap to Bazooka enough again that he is fine. But imagine if he gets screwed by that glitch now.
As Kevin, with DRS, loses a tenth to Sean in the DRS zone.
Yeah, Sean is literally pulling him out of DRS in the DRS zone. That's just silly. As always, puts the move on Ewak in the pits. Okay.
And Ewak was the one that left, didn't he?
Yeah, I think the AWAC disconnected.
Disconnected, yeah.
So I guess the AI decided those mediums are not going to last to the end. Which
That's
I'm quite surprised by.
I don't have him as a friend, so you're going to have to invite him.
I mean, well, he's not going to bother running back, surely.
There's any point with 1.5 laps to
I mean,
go.
I'll invite him if he wants to go fastest lap, but
Kevin,
right.
4 turns back. Surely he knows he has to try and do something audacious here.
I'm not going to send it here. You literally have to not brake.
Okay, well still, he's gonna be thinking in his head on the last lap, how can he get past Sean? And it's not gonna
Kevin
be
is being really cautious in the castle as well. I'm not sure if you saw that, but he's losing so much time to Sean there.
Maybe in one of the corners at the end of sector 1, but how he's gonna manage
the thing is, even if he does get past, Sean's straight line advantage is so crazy. If he's within like a second, if he gets DRS, I don't think Kevin has any chance. So I just don't see how Kevin could possibly make a move and have it stick. Because Sean isn't even burning, he's just that much faster on the straights. The gap is, yeah, he's about 15 kph faster before the DRS opens up. When both don't use ERS. And Kevin is so far behind now at the end of the straight. He's gonna gain a lot of back at the corners, but simply not enough to then make the move. Because even if he is close, you need some sort of straight line advantage to make a move happen, otherwise you can't send it from that far back. I know, we are now on the last lap. Gabri still in command of this race. And yeah, half a lap to go for Gabri. A very strong quality lap, got in pole position in qualifying. And in the race, he was the only frontrunner who kept his cool, didn't get involved in any incidents. A great race from Gabri, battling with Sully in the first until Sully got into that incident with Marco. All the right strategy calls as well from Gabri. Ewek retiring on the last lap there.
Why has he done that? Because if someone DNF'd that,
how has he crashed? He surely hasn't crashed then. He must have retired on the track.
I think he retired in the pits, but I don't know why you would with 1 lap to go. And now if someone DNF'd on this last lap, he won't get in the place. But
oh well. Well, Gabri coming up in the final corner. At this point, I don't think I can jinx it anymore. So yeah, Gabri finally wins a race in Division 2 here. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix in season 13. And what a race it was from him. One hell of a performance. And then Bazooka as well in second place. Big shout out to him. I think his best result in Division 2 so far. A P2 finish. Gabri weaving all over the track coming to the line. He is very happy with that one. And of course he can be. As we have Kevin chasing Sean for P3 here. But yeah, there simply is not enough straight line speed in that Ferrari. Sean comes over the line for third place. Kevin in fourth. Marco hanging on to 5th on the old tyres. Slowly recovering to 6th after the extra pit stop. After the incident with Marco. And that could still turn to a P5 if Marco gets penalised, which is quite likely. Pinky ending up in 7th. Always right behind him in 8th. And then Cucho finishing the race in 9th. And last of the car still running. And look at the straight speed. About 308 kph. How much wing have these guys put on the car?
no idea. But great job by everyone that has finished the race here. You would think that Sully will get P5, considering he'll be the one reporting Marco for taking him out of the race. And I did say about 10 laps ago that I reckon Sully could get out to P5, and with that instant report you'd think he would. So a great comeback from Sully. He didn't lose his head and he came back through the field to at least get top 5, you would think.
And now we have it, Gabri with the Italian flag on the podium. Truly a very, very impressive drive from Gabri and a very well-deserved race win. It's been a long time coming that he is winning a race in the Ferrari. And that could catapult him very far up the standings. He was previously only 10 points, he's now on 35 points. So yeah, a very important race for Gabri. Kevin, I think, takes the championship lead as well there, with Kevin scoring 12 points, while Cucho, who is our current championship leader, only scores 2. So yeah, Kevin taking the championship lead, Gabri catapulting himself into the championship fight somewhat as well. A very important race in terms of the championship, and a very enjoyable race as a spectator, I would say. At least I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Me too, and I think actually Ferrari might have just jumped AlphaTauri as well in the constructors to put them first.
It's quite
AlphaTauri
likely.
managed to
After
get
Tony had a very bad
points.
race in the standards, only 8 points scored, while Ferrari scored
They'll be
37.
tied, I think. They'll be. Oh no, you're right. Sorry, no, Ferrari will be 2 points clear.
Right, well, I'm gonna end the stream now. Hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you again on Saturday for the Italian Grand Prix in Division 1, and then, of course, Tuesday for the next race in the realistic division, which will be the,
Belgian Grand Prix.
yes, thank you.
Well,
And
I will
then,
destroy you on the straight, Felix.
yeah, and of course, in 7 days from now, same time as always, 7:30 p.m. UK is the same as any other tier, the Italian Grand Prix at Monza in Division 2. Hope you enjoy your evening, and
Thank you very
goodbye.
much.